Welcome back to the Team to Beat Miami Heat podcast, your one-stop shop for daily Miami Heat content. My name is Amir. Miami Heat, they lost last night to the Denver Nuggets, 122 to 112. So for this episode, we're going to dive into what went wrong for the Miami Heat. We're going to talk about how the Denver Nuggets executed really well, and the Miami Heat suffered a big loss yesterday. Bam Adebayo was injured in that first quarter, played, I think, 8 minutes, and subbed himself out with a apparent foot injury. So that was huge loss for the Miami Heat. The Denver Nuggets have now beat the Miami Heat 11 straight times in the regular season, and the Miami Heat have not won a game in Denver during the regular season since November 30th, 2016. So it's been almost a decade since we've won on the road in Denver. They did beat the Denver Nuggets in game 2 of the 2023 NBA Finals, and we know the Denver Nuggets ended up winning that championship in 5 games. That was the last time we beat the Denver Nuggets in general, so it's been a long time. We just don't match up well with them, and losing Bam Adebayo, our best defender, our best rebounder, and best all-around defender, paint defender. Probably not the best rim. I guess, is he a better rim protector? I don't know. But yeah, we got to talk about Bam Adebayo, like leaving that game early after the first quarter. So I don't know how serious the foot injury is. We're going to hear more information about it later today, hopefully. But his absence obviously changed the dynamic for the Miami Heat in major ways. The 2 major ways: one, interior defense, and rebounding. So without Bam Adebayo anchoring the paint, the Heat were more vulnerable on the glass and in the inside. And the biggest reason why we lost this game was the rebounding battle. They lost the rebounding battle 61 to 38, which is unreal. The Denver Nuggets exploited us here. They've exploited us in the paint in general and off the glass every time we play them. Like, Aaron Gordon has abused every single player that has guarded him, whether it was Gabe Vincent, Caleb Martin, whether it was anybody but Bam Adebayo, essentially. Like, he was dominating. Chloe had to guard Jokić. He did okay, I guess, but like, you saw how outclassed and outmatched he was. I mean, no one's going to stop Joker. He's the MVP of the league. He's the best player, in my opinion, in the league. And like, what a tough matchup for Chloe going into his second season. That guy needs to get, in the gym and put on some more weight, and he is too small to guard a player like Jokić, or even Valanciunas was, like, trying to take advantage of his size. And we had like Pella Larson, Jaime Jaquez, Simone Fontecchio guarding him, and like, we're just way too small to beat a team like the Denver Nuggets in general. So that was huge, losing Bam Adebayo because of that. And then obviously on the offensive end, Bam's having a good start to the year. He's averaging a career high 22.4 points per game. So offensive continuity, Bam is a two-way player for this team. Losing him early meant the Miami Heat had to consistently generate their usual sets without him, and that was tough. So right off the bat, the Miami Heat were at a disadvantage going into a tough game on the road. And it was it wasn't a back-to-back, was it? No, they took the night off. So the Heat came off a back-to-back in LA Sunday against the Lakers. They ended up losing that game and then beating the Clippers by 1. They had the day off. But yeah, they came up short. Rebounding, again, I think, was the biggest reason why they lost this game. Again, Denver dominated the glass 61 to 38. And that gave them second chance points, extra possessions, defensive breakdowns. Like, so when you're losing the rebounding battle by 23 boards, it's over. It is over. Like, I can't imagine any team winning a game when they've been out rebounded by 23. That just shows how many more opportunities a team can have. And when you have a team that is as talented as the Nuggets, and you have Jokić, who's dominating, who's unstoppable with another triple-double. The dude is averaging a triple-double again, which is crazy. Last night had 33, 16, and 15. And he did it on 12 for 18 shooting, which is insane. Like, he is just one of the best players in the past decade. And he is someone that the Miami Heat can't stop. Like, we just have no answer for him. And he repeatedly erased Miami's rotations. He made them pay. And and when you don't have Bam Adebayo out there trying to stop him, you're screwed. Going into the fourth quarter, the Miami Heat, they were down by 17, but they did push back and they did cut the lead to 8 with like 43 seconds left, but it was just too late, too little, too late, and that was the closest they got. It was just too big of a gap. They lost again in the interior, just were getting crushed on the inside. Miami has been a better paint scoring team than most teams in the NBA, but when you don't have Bam Adebayo, we weren't able to score as much in the paint. And when you don't have Bam Adebayo, it's gonna be hard to prevent other teams from scoring in the paint. But we played ultra small. Like, again, I like the starting lineup that we had against the Clippers, where we had Pella come in as our small forward, put Wiggins as our 4, and had Nico and Kalel off the bench because they both haven't been having the greatest seasons, which we'll get into. Especially Nico. I think Kalel's been playing better of late compared to Nico. But that lineup was small and it worked against the Clippers. But against the Nuggets, like, I don't think you could play that small. Like, I'm shocked that we didn't start Kalel Ware with Bam Adebayo when you have Aaron Gordon and Jokić, excuse me. I always get them confused when they play each other as the front lineup. Like, I don't understand why we went with Pella and Nico at the 4, like, or excuse me, Wiggins at the 4. Like, I think that's unacceptable. So there's a lot of factors of why we lost, but the rebounding battle, I think, was the biggest thing. So in terms of who played well, so Norman Powell has been back now for 2 games, and he is just a bucket getter. Like, I love Norman Powell. I'm happy we got him on this team. He scored 23 points. It seems like scoring for him is effortless. He hit a bunch of threes early on in the first quarter for the Miami Heat, which was great. And he continues to be our leading scorer and best scorer while Tyler Hero is out. And he's our best 3-level scorer. And others showed flashes, like Jaime Jaquez Jr. continues to play really well off of the bench. He scored 21 points off the bench. So he continues to be efficient. He's getting to the rim. Jaime is looking healthy, and he's playing in the role that I thought Nico would play in after getting his extension. He is the guy coming off the bench where he is getting the usage, the ball is in his hands. And especially in a half court offense, it makes sense because Nico doesn't play great in the half court. He's been struggling in all aspects essentially this year to start, even on plays where he is getting the ball in transition, bringing the ball up. He just hasn't really looked good. He doesn't look confident. He basically dribbled the ball off his leg yesterday. His handle doesn't look as tight because I think it's mental. I think he doesn't want to make any mistakes and mess up. His shooting has been off of late, but he is someone who needs to desperately step up. But Jaime Jaquez, 26 minutes, 21 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, super efficient, 9 for 14 from the field, only 1 for 5 from 3. He took some bad threes, kind of forcing it, but we needed him to force some. Like, after we lost Bam in the first quarter, we needed some extra scoring punch. So I don't blame him for that. He had 1 steal, only 1 turnover. He was totally fine. He was only a -5. Kalel Ware, like, as someone who had to step up for Bam playing against um, the Joker, like, tough matchup for him. On the stat sheet, he looks fine, but just like, there's so many more rebounding opportunities for him. He's so nonchalant with that. He had 13 points, 13 rebounds, 4 for 6 from the field, 2 for 4 from 3, 1 block, 4 steals, 1 turnover, but he was a -14. He was the worst. Again, like, with the plus minus, he was -14. Joker was getting anything he wanted on him. So it's nice that he had some box score stats there, but like, it didn't impact the game. That's the biggest thing there is he is getting you some stats, but they're premature. Like, they're superficial. And the blame is not all on him, obviously. He did as much as he could as a second-year player guarding the best player in the NBA. So, I mean, he still played better than Nico. Nico played 20 minutes. He was 1 for 6. He was only 5 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 for 4 from 3, 4 turnovers. Like, he was a -8 in his 20 minutes. He's just not been be more efficient. He needs to improve in the half court, honestly, and we'll see if he can. I have faith in Nico. I think it's just early season woes, and his role has changed to a certain degree now that Jaime has been elevated as like that sixth man off of the bench. We'll see what happens, but I'm not going to give up on him yet. Uh, who else played well? Davion Mitchell continues to be solid again. He's not going to get you like 20 points per game. He's going to continuously give you 8 to 13 points per game. He had 10 points last night. Super efficient again as usual. 4 for 6 from the field, 1 for 2 from 3. He was 1 for 2 from the line. 3 rebounds and 9 assists, dude. This guy's like top 10 or so in assists in the NBA, which I did not foresee. But like his playmaking has been super helpful for this Miami Heat team, especially with Tyler Hero injured. He did have 3 turnovers, but he was only a -1. He continues to be our best point of attack defender. Great two-way player, great pickup. I love Davion Mitchell. Andrew Wiggins, solid game last night. 22 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. He looked good last night. 9 for 13, 3 for 4 from 3. He had 1 block, 2 steals, no turnovers. He was only a -1 as well. So he played well. Powell played well. Jaime played well. And then outside of that, no one else really played that great. On the Nuggets, we already said Jovic. Yeah, I always say Jovic. Jokić had a triple-double with also 3 steals. He looked great. Christian Braun, I hate that dude. Solid role player. Contributed all over. 11 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. He was 5 for 14 from the field, so not efficient at all. But he still had 1 block, 2 steals, 0 turnovers. That guy's an annoying pest. Jamal Murray, solid game, only 1 for 8 from 3. That was terrible, but it didn't matter. They still had Jokić, who dominated, and Aaron Gordon, who dominated as well. But he had 14 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 block, 2 steals. Aaron Gordon, great player, solid player, 24 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 9 for 6 from the field. His inefficiency was only from 3, 1 for 5. Got to the free throw line 6 times, made 5 free throws, had 1 steal. He looked really good. Tim Hardaway Jr. seems to always dominate the Miami Heat. Last year against the Nuggets, in that game where the Miami Heat were up by double digits and blew it in the fourth quarter on the road, he had 15 points or so against the Heat in that game. In this game off the bench, 18 points, 4 for 9 from 3, 7 for 12. Like always, for some reason, super efficient against the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat didn't shoot that well last night overall. Neither did the Nuggets, but we shot 86 times. They shot 100. 15 more shots, and they took advantage. The Heat shot 44%. They shot 43. We shot 34% from 3. We made 14 threes. They shot 28%, and they still dominated us. They were 11 for 40. Free throws, they shot 89%. We shot 88. It was just the rebounding destroyed us. They had 21 offensive rebounds. 21 offensive rebounds, 61 total. We had 38, and they had 5. Like, that's all she wrote, basically. They had more turnovers than us, 14 to 16. Like, rough game, honestly. Like, they just weren't shooting very efficiently. They just had way more opportunities than we did, and they took advantage of it. So, huge loss for the Miami Heat. They're 4-4 now. They're 9th in the East, and they have a 4-game homestand coming up. And on Friday, they're going to be playing at home. They are playing against, let's see, the Hornets on Friday. Okay, that's good. That should be a victory. It should be an easy victory for the Miami Heat. We'll see what happens with Bam Adebayo. We have no idea how long he's going to miss. Hopefully, he's not going to miss too much time. But even without Bam Adebayo, they should be able to beat the Hornets at home. Then they play the Trailblazers, who actually look pretty good. They just beat the Thunder last night to give the Thunder their first loss of the season. They're a young and up-and-coming team. And so we play them on a second night of a back-to-back. That could be a very tough game. Again, without Bam Adebayo, I don't know if he's going to miss any games or multiple games. It's going to be hard, like, with this Miami team. We have no size. We got rid of Precious Achua, waived him. All we have is Kalel and Nico. And both of them are struggling, especially Nico. And that could be a rough thing for this Miami Heat team, not having the ability to add someone right now because of the Terry Rozier fiasco, which is complete bullshit. Like, we don't have the ability, and we'll be over the luxury tax right now, and we don't have Terry's contract off the books. It's still on the books, and he's not tradable technically yet, until he's maybe convicted. I don't know. So We'll see. Then we play the Cavs back-to-back after that. Not back-to-back nights, but back-to-back games. Then on Monday, we play the Cavs, and we play them again Wednesday. So this is 2 games that are winnable. Again, if we had Bam Adebayo, I would definitely be more confident in the next 2 games. But then we have the Cavs, which is going to be a tough matchup for this Miami Heat team. Then we play the Knicks back-to-back, and then we play the Warriors, and we play the Bulls and Sixers. And the Bulls are the number 1 team in the East. I think that's superficial. I don't think that's going to last. And the Sixers have been playing pretty well, especially with VJ Edgecombe and Maxey right now have been balling. We have a pretty tough schedule. So without Bam Adebayo, this could be a rough patch. With Bam Adebayo, I think we could continue to be 500, and that's all we need to do is just try to stay 500 right now. Early on with the schedule being a tough schedule. Once the schedule gets a little bit easier, then we should hopefully be able to put together some wins and get Tyler Hero back in this lineup because we desperately need him. Anyway, that's all I have for this episode. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.